My dear friends, welcome back. Let me take you on a journey today. Imagine this. You are standing on the Great Wall of China. The wind is strong. The stones are ancient. And when you look down, you see bullet trains speeding at 300 kilometers per hour. Now imagine this. You are standing at the banks of the Holy Ganga in Varanasi. The bells are ringing. The ghats are glowing with diyas. And you see the young boys dreaming of a future, dreaming of opportunities. Two nations, two civilizations, two dreams. But one question. Why is China racing ahead while India is still catching up? Today, I will take you on a powerful journey. It is not the story of one man. It is not the story of one woman. It is the story of two nations. Two nations that carry thousands of years of civilization. Two nations that once ruled the world with knowledge, trade, and culture. Two nations that today stand side by side as the fastest growing powers of Asia. Yes, my dear friends, it is the story of India and China. But the question is, why is China ahead of India? Why does the world call China the factory of the world, while India is still called the back office of the world? Why does China build skyscrapers in months, while India takes years even for small projects? This story will answer all of these questions. So sit back, listen carefully, and let us travel through history, economy, society, and the dreams of these two nations. Ancient roots. Thousands of years ago, both India and China were great civilizations. India gave the world zero, yoga, Ayurveda, Buddhism, and the great epics like Mahabharata and Ramayana. China gave the world gunpowder, compass, silk, paper, and the Great Wall. Both were rich, powerful, and full of wisdom. In fact, until the 1700s, India and China together made up almost 50% of the world's economy. But then, colonialism came. Europe rose. India became a British colony. China faced the century of humiliation. Both nations suffered. Both nations fell behind. But after independence and revolution, their paths became very different. The turning point. India became free in 1947. China became the People's Republic in 1949. Both had poverty. Both had illiteracy. Both had millions of hungry mouths to feed. But here is where the difference started. India chose democracy. China chose communism under Mao Zedong. India believed in freedom of speech, elections, and gradual growth. China believed in strict control, fast industrialization, and sacrifice for collective progress. This choice shaped the destiny of both nations. Economic comparison. In 1980, India and China's GDP per capita were almost the same. Both were poor. But in 1978, Deng Xiaoping started economic reforms in China. He opened markets. He invited factories. He said, "It doesn't matter if the cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice." China welcomed foreign companies. They gave cheap land, cheap electricity, and disciplined labor. Soon, China became the manufacturing hub of the world. By the year 2000, Made in China was written on every toy, phone, and electronic item. India, on the other hand, opened its economy much later in 1991. Until then, India was stuck with red tape, licenses, and slow decision-making. That's why while China built factories, India became the land of bureaucracy and paperwork. Infrastructure growth. When you land in Beijing or Shanghai, you see world-class airports, high-speed trains, and expressways. China built over 40,000 kilometers of bullet train tracks. In India, the first bullet train project is still under construction. China builds skyscrapers in months. India takes years because of approvals, land disputes, and corruption. China builds entire new cities like Shenzhen, from fishing villages to IT hubs in just 30 years. India still struggles with traffic jams in Bengaluru and Delhi. Education and workforce. China focused on mass literacy. Today, their literacy rate is above 96%. India is still around 77%. China produces millions of engineers and skilled workers every year. India produces talent too, but many migrate to the USA or Europe because opportunities at home are limited. This is why China became the world's factory, and India became the world's call center and IT service hub. Governance. China has one-party rule. Decisions are taken fast. A dam, a bridge, a highway all approved in weeks. India has democracy. Decisions take time. There are protests, court cases, opposition debates, and sometimes delays of decades. This slows progress, but it also ensures freedom of speech and individual rights. So here is the trade-off. China has speed, but no freedom. India has freedom, but slow speed. Military power. China spends billions on its military. It has the second largest defense budget in the world. It builds warships, missiles, and fighter jets at lightning speed. India also has a strong military. But India spends more on maintaining its forces, less on innovation. China experiments with technology like AI in warfare, space stations, and drones. India is catching up, but still behind. Real-life examples. Example 1. When China decided to build the Three Gorges Dam, it displaced over 1 million people but completed the world's largest hydroelectric project. India's dams often face protests, legal cases, and delays. Example 2. China built entire hospitals during COVID in just 10 days. In India, even oxygen plants took months to start. Example 3. China's company Huawei became a global telecom leader. India still does not have a global hardware giant. Most Indian IT firms are service providers, not product creators. But wait, India has strengths too. India has something that China does not. India has democracy. India has youth power. More than 65% of its population is below 35. India has creativity, startups, and global talent. Look at Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, Parag Agrawal, all Indians leading global companies. India shines in IT, software, space technology, and pharmaceuticals. India is the world's pharmacy, providing affordable medicines worldwide. And most importantly, India has soft power. Bollywood, yoga, spirituality, and culture. The future. So, who will win the race? China is ahead today in infrastructure, manufacturing, and global trade. But China faces problems: aging population, lack of freedom, and global distrust. India is slower today, but has long-term strengths: young population, democracy, and global goodwill. The future depends on how India fixes corruption, builds infrastructure, and supports innovation. The moral. My dear friends, the story of India and China is not about who is bigger. It is about two giants walking two different paths. China chose speed with sacrifice. India chose freedom with patience. Both have lessons for the world. If India can combine its democracy with efficiency, if India can focus on discipline and execution, then the day will come when India will stand shoulder to shoulder with China. And maybe, just maybe, India will lead the world again, just like it did thousands of years ago. Thank you for watching. Please share and subscribe our channel.